Next up is item number 7, which is House Bill 2354 by Chairman Zachary. We have a motion. Do we have a second? We do. No amendments filed. Chairman, you're recognized to explain the bill.
Thank you, Madam Chairman, committee members. This simply permanently prohibits governmental entities from requiring masks. That's all it does. With that, I'll be glad to answer any questions.
Do we have a question? Representative Dixie.
What if someone wants to wear a mask?
You're recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair. They have the ability to do that. This simply prohibits a governmental entity from requiring masks.
You're recognized.
What if it's in the interest of public safety?
You're recognized.
Again, anybody can wear a mask. Anybody can wear a mask. We've already got it in code now, and there's some exceptions, and so this just makes that permanent.
What are some of the exceptions? I'm sorry.
You're recognized. You're recognized.
I'm sorry. I don't know who's recognized. I forgot.
Both of you are recognized. Let's go.
Okay.
You want us to go at the same time? Currently in TCA 14, which is the COVID protection bill that we passed in that particular section of the code, there are extreme conditions that exist, and it was an extremely high bar, but it did not make it permanent. And so, again, this legislation just removes those extreme conditions, which frankly would probably never be met, and just makes it permanent where no governmental entities, particularly in schools, can require masks again.
Well, I say we did have a pandemic that was a pretty big deal, and I think masks did play a part in the prevention of the spreading of the disease in some form or fashion. And I don't think that taking this away from a school or a state building, giving them that option to protect people is the right thing to do in this particular time. So for that, I would have to. I'm very cautious, and I'm not very excited about this. I think that we need to always have public safety and public health at the forefront of anything we do, and I would hate to do something here that would inhibit us from doing that. So I would be voting against your bill.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Thank you for your comments. I'm glad you brought all that up because I, again, wasn't going to mention all this, but I will now. On January 10th of 2024, Dr. Fauci admitted social distancing and other measures that were taken to strip the liberties of the people in the United States were not based on science. Dr. Bhattacharya from Stanford said that before the pandemic, there were over a dozen randomized tests and studies of masking that proved there was no prevention of the spread of influenza or any other type of virus that is respiratory. 3 randomized studies have been conducted during the pandemic. All of them find no effect on masking and stopping a virus. Dr. Martin Kulldorff of Stanford Yale said during COVID, science entered the dark ages. Even though there were many advances at the same time, you couldn't say that the powers that be, the hierarchy, such as Dr. Fauci, you couldn't contradict them without being excommunicated. Experts such as myself, Dr. Kulldorff, Dr. Bhattacharya, Dr. Risch of Yale, the most cited epidemiologist in history, were relegated to the back bench because of the efforts by the government. And so I think that clearly, if we listen to the science, follow the science and listen to the experts, that it has been proven that what was done during the pandemic was not effective and actually has caused more harm, which is why 30% of Tennesseans are in mental health crisis today. Thank you, Madam Chair.
You have another question?
Yeah, well, kind of, sort of, even, thank you for those facts, but it amazes me how we use that information, but when we were going through COVID, people who had no scientific training overnight became scientists and experts in this field. And I just got one quick question for you. If you don't believe that coverings prevent the spread of disease, why do people cover their mouth and nose when they sneeze?
You're recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair. That's irrelevant to the bill.
No,
So hey, don't interrupt me because I've been recognized.
Hey, hold on. What are you talking to like that? You don't talk to me like that. Don't ever talk to me like that ever in your life again. I'm telling you, don't you ever. Face. So you come. I don't know who you think you talk to. I'm a man, and you don't talk to men like that.
We're going to take a recess.
Don't ever forget. Shut up. I apologize for that outburst.
We're going to go back. We're going to go back into session, and I want to ask both of you gentlemen to please remember where you are and what we're trying to do here. And let's do not make this personal. Please. Now, where were we? You called for question. All in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed? The ayes have it, and you move on to full
Thank you, Madam
committee.
Chair, Committee.
Thank you.